the depth of the perfection of mishpatim, given Tavshim and Pes, verse 1. But share the topic of insight into the avos nezikim and the significance of their appearance in this parasha, given Tavshim Samachvav, verse 2.
The Mishnah starts off avos nezikim, Mashaya, Abaya, Mava, Lahava. Now, we're mature, when we talk media, there are four ideas in the Shem Havaya. Corresponding to these four ideas, we have Abba Pashas. The four Pashas. Shkalim, Zachaya, Tara, and Achayimish. Shkalim, being the first one, is the Yud, which is the Nekuda. Everything is contained in that Yud. Then the Yud extends. A Yud is a point. Like the Gemara says in Menachos, a Yud is a point. Anybody taking a pen and going like this, it has a Yud. A Yud is Nekuda, a point. Then it extends into dimension. The hay. This way, dimension. Then it extends into extension. The above goes right. Above is an extension. And then the hay again. Shkalim is connected to Yud of the Shem Havaya. The time doesn't, I would only wish I would have the time to explain it to you. Why Shkalim at the Shaykhus with the Yud? Maybe some other time. Then comes Zachar, the hay. So we have Yud-Kei. But Yud-Kei isn't a complete chain. Because why is Yud-Kei not a complete chain? Because of a Malek. Ein Shem Shalem, Yakise Shalem, Achi Yamachas Darashel Malek. So because when a Malek is there, it's only Yud-Kei, and it isn't Vav-Kei. So therefore, by the Mecham of a Malek, it says Ki Yud al-Kei's Ka, Yud-Kei. Because Rasha says there that the Shem isn't Shalem, because with the existence of a Malek in the world, the Shem cannot be Shalem. After Parashat Zachar, we have Purim. And Purim is Mechias HaMalek. So now the Shem can be extended. So after Purim, we have the Vav and the Hay, the other two Parashas. Whatever we have in Kedusha, we have in Tumah. The Rabbi Yisrael made a balanced aquarium, a balanced world. A balanced world. So if there's Kedusha, there is Tumah. Today to maintain a bchira, the privilege of choice. So there are four kaiches in the Tumah. Kedusha is production. Kedusha is building, binyan. Tumah is destruction. So the four kaiches of Tumah, corresponding to the four shainas, to the four ices of Shem Havaya, is Ashaya, Abaya, Amava, Beheva. And the Gemara says, and we all find them in Mishpatim, because these four are the kayach of the Tumah, the Sutcha, the Kruta. And when Adar comes, And Nisan comes, is the time to destroy the klipa, to destroy the tumah, to make place for Mashiach that came, for the Eilam Atik. So in Mishpatim, which is always Parshas in the plain year, not in the Shana Mubera, but in the plain year, Mishpatim is always Parshas Shkoda. We start dealing with the avos nezikim before Kaichas of the Mazik, and we want to be mevatel them. To be Mazik is an avos. It's not to be Mazik. And the Rambam says that if somebody is Mazik, somebody, it's not enough that he pays. He has to ask him Mechila. He's a Mazik. And somebody who's Mazik, besides being Mazik, is Isaiah on Hashavas Aved. Because there's a mitzvah to be Meishav Aved, to see to it that your Chazal, the Yid, should not suffer any loss, should not have any Aved. And the Mazik not only doesn't protect his Chava from having an Aveda, he actually makes an Aveda. He makes him lose his company. So besides paying, you have to ask Mechila. It's an Aveda to be Mazik. So there's Shaya, and Baya, and Mazik, and Heter. What is Mazik? So there's a Machlaik between Rav and Shmuel, whether it's Shain or whether it's Adam. Remember that Machlaik? Rav says Mazik is Adam. Adam HaMazik. That's called Mazik. How do we know that Adam HaMazik is Mazik? Because it says a pasuk in Yeshaya in Tvayim Bayim. And Rashi brings that pasuk and it says that if you want to do tshuva, do tshuva. But this is something that needs to be clear. We should understand it. The pasuk isn't talking. The pasuk is going by and isn't talking about Adam HaMazik. It's talking about a person who does tshuva. So where did that come to Adam HaMazik? The Indian is Adakim Adam Yasha. It's a pasuk. So Vanishya Adamayla Adam, he should be a Yasha. He should be a straight person. A correct person. Yasha means correct. A person should be a correct person. It should be a Yasha, a tzaddik. Like we say, before Yisharim T'zayim, I'm a Tzvifti Tzaddikim T'zvarech, V'Vishan Chasidim T'zkadosh, V'Kaf Kedoshim T'zalo. A Yasha is a madrege in being a tzaddik. Yasha, tzaddik, kadosh. These madreges of Adam. Okay, Masa Sodom Yasha. A person, a human being, is Bashafin B'Tzolam Alekim. In heavenly form. Heavenly form doesn't mean that we are formed heavenly in the form. What does heavenly form actually mean? Because a person has Ramach Ivarim. So a person can't be a true mashal to this lofty nimshal if it doesn't act like one. Because he's B'Tzolam Alekim. And he has to act like a portrayal of godliness, of Tzolam Alekim. If he acts like a Chayazah, he's not the Tzolam Alekim. That's the nimshal contradicts the mashal. The mashal contradicts the nemshal. He is a chayah, he's a beast, and he says that he's b'tzelem Elokim. What kind of a mashal is he to this very lofty nemshal? A person who is a yosha, a person who is like the Rabbeinu Shalom, that the Rabbeinu Shalom created the world, and he creates, and he doesn't destroy. He is Adam. But Adam Amazik, he's not Adam. How can you say that Adam Amazik is one of the avos nezikim? If he's a mazik, he's not an Adam. When Yishmael was supposed to be born, if you read the papers, if you read the news, or you listen to the news, you see what Yishmael is doing these days. They're destroying, they're killing, they're maiming. So when they're terrorizing the entire world. When Yeshua was supposed to be born, the Rabbeinu Shalom said to Hagar, "Hu yeh pera Adam." He's not going to be an Adam. He'll be a pera Adam, a beast of an Adam. Pera means a beast. He'll look like an Adam, but he'll be a beast. Adam is somebody who resembles godliness. He's b'tzelem Elokim. So how can you say Adam Amazik? This is a contradiction. If he's Mazik, he's not Adam, and if he's Adam, he's not a Mazik. So when is Adam a Mazik really called an Adam? When he doesn't choose. So that's why Rav, when he brings the pasuk of Mava is Adam, doesn't bring a pasuk of Adam who destroys, who is Mazik. He brings a pasuk of Adam who does tshuva, who amends, who fixes up things. So the pasuk Rav brings a pasuk into Vayun. If you want to do tshuva, do tshuva. Vayun, this is the shayrish of Mavet. The Mishnah speaks about Adam Amazik. Adam Amazik is not a Mazik. Adam Amazik is not an Adam. He's an Adam if he does tshuva. Then he becomes again an Adam. Because a Mazik, he is a chariot for the Abba Klipos. For the Abba avos nezikim, he's not an Adam. So, when a person is Mazik, he's not an Adam. He's a beast. Even if he's b'shaygek. Even if my animal is Mazik, the owner of the animal is Adam Amazik. Shaya. Shame. Regel. The animal is Mazik. Now, why is it that if Adam's animal is Mazik, why is he chayiv? Especially Bakar and the Knan. So, a person is a neshama. A neshama has extensions external from his neshama. Whatever belongs to him is a chaylik of his neshama. The Gemara says that when a Abam Yankad in Tios Avla, 40 days before the conception of the fetus, of the child that's supposed to be born, a basko goes out and says, Bas Pliny Pliny. A certain shidduch is designated for him. Bas Pliny Pliny. Also, Bias Pliny Pliny. Also, Sada Pliny Pliny. In other words, when the Baskayel announces that whatever has a shaykhs to him, it will be his. There's a certain shidduch in the world who is half of him, just like by Adam. Chava was sliced off from Adam, and they became two slices. One was Adam and one was Chava. She's part of him. And that's why the Baskel announces Bas Pliny, she's part of him. When there's a chasana, the separated parts unite. All the chasanim were once part of us. All the kalas were once part of Chava. Adam and Chava were born as chasana and kala. By a chasana we make the bracha. Asher bara sasam v'simcha chasana v'kala. The Rabbi Shalom created happiness, simcha, and he created chasana and kala. When did the Rabbi create chasana and kala? So people get married, so they become chasana and kala. They're a creation. Yes, they are a creation. Because Adam wasn't born as an Adam and Chava as a Chava. They were both created as chasana and kala. The very coming into the world, they were chasana and kala. And then they were sliced in half, and they faced each other, chasana and kala. The bria of Adam was chasana and kala. The Rabbi Shalom made the world with a Sarah 10 times by Yaimer, it says by the mind to Bresh. By Yaimer. 10 mammals. Each one created something. What is the last time, the 10th time by Yaimer? The 10th time is by Yaimer Hashem Alekim, by Ta'iv HaYaisa Adam Levad. They asked, they Eizer connected. The 10th Maimah was the creation of Chasna and Kala. It's a part of creation. Asher Bar Sassan the Simcha Chasna and Kala. They belong to each other. So my property is mine and it belongs to me. It's a part of me, just like my zibuk, like my partner in life is part of me. So the Baskel doesn't just say Bas Pliny Pliny. It's such a Pliny, bias Pliny. They're an extension of his neshama. Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair was traveling with his chamaya, with his donkey, and he came to a certain inn, and the owner of the inn gave food for the donkey, and the donkey won't eat. Donkey doesn't eat. Donkey didn't eat. So the Baba says, "What's with your donkey? He doesn't eat." So Pinchas ben Yair says, "Maybe you gave him the mine, a subject mine. So my animal doesn't eat mine. Doesn't eat table. Maybe he didn't take mine, so he gave that to my animal. So he took mine, and then the animal ate." What? That was a special animal. No, a special animal. It didn't eat mine. It didn't eat table. How did the Pinchas ben Yair get such an animal? Did you ever hear of such an animal? Well, I'll tell you. It wasn't a special animal. But because a person's property is an extension of himself, so the Kedusha of Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair extends into the animal. So if Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair is a tzaddik, his animal won't eat the mine. If a person is a tzaddik, his tzidkus extends into his animal. And if Reuven has an animal, won't take out Magadan, because Reuven has an animal. And that animal is mazik, so it means that the chaylik anefesh of that animal, which is an extension of Reuven's neshama, that animal was mazik. So who was mazik? For Reuven. Let's say the animal was mazik with Keren HaMazik. Keren is Kavanasi Lahazik, right? Am I right? Keren is Kavanasi Lahazik? Why does the animal of Reuven mazik with its horn, or with any other toad of Keren, and it wants to destroy Kavanasi Lahazik? I'll tell you. Because the Reuven alone is Kavanasi Lahazik. If Reuven wouldn't be such a case, if he wouldn't always smear up with such a temper, and then in his temper he'd pick up a glass and toss it to the floor and break it, to show that he's to obey his temper. Because when somebody gets angry, he's Kavanasi Lahazik. If Reuven wouldn't be an animal, his animal wouldn't be mazik with Kavanasi Lahazik. If Reuven would have a little kedusha in itself, a little tzimtzum, a little reining in of his taiva, that he isn't about taiva and a glutton and eats and wants to and indulges in all kinds of taivas in the world. To have a he thinks that this world is a picnic. You have to have a If Reuven wouldn't be such a big about taiva, his animal wouldn't be mazik with shame. What shame? Another zayka, right? The animal has another. The animal is mazik with another. If Reuven wouldn't be about hana, in the always excited pursuit of hana, his animal wouldn't be hana zayka. It extends. So, if Reuven, a person is born and he has to control himself, and he has to build in himself good habits. He shouldn't be a terror. A person has to train himself to have good habits, and his habits shouldn't be offensive to other people. Now, if Reuven would have good habits, his animal would have good habits. What's the mazik of regel? Habitual walking. Regel. Regel. It's a regel. That's why it's regel. It's a habit. Regel means it's a habit. Regel. So the Mishnah finishes off with what are all the nezikim similar, that shmiras alecha, the shmira is on you. You're mechuyev to watch your animal. It shouldn't be mazik. How do you watch your animal? How do you act with shmira to your animal? If you're a shaymer on yourself, then the animal wouldn't be mazik. If you're not a kais, if you're not a kavanasi lahazik, if you're not a guy about taiva, if you're not yeshes and another zayke, if you're not a person with good habits, the animal wouldn't be a mazik. Why is a person chayiv if his property is mazik? Because shmiras alecha. How do you watch your animal? By watching yourself. If you're going to control your tongue, your animal wouldn't be mazik, because your animal reflects what you are. Your animal is an extension of your nefesh. If you would be a tzaddik, your animal wouldn't be denied, like Rabbi Pinchas ben Yoya. So you have to. So when Cain killed Hevel, so Abisha said, "Why did you kill Hevel?" So Ayay Hevel Achisa. Where is Hevel? So Cain answered, "Hashem Achi Anochi." There's a wonderful medrash on that. Hashem Achi Anochi. Am I the keeper, the shamer of my brother? You are You are the shamer of the world. Why didn't you protect me from killing my brother? That was the kind that Cain had to do by the Shlem. Hashem Achi. You are the shamer of the world. Hashem Yishmarach Mikora, Yishmarach Nafshasa. You are the shamer. Why? And Cain came with a tiny to the Rabbanu Shalom. The Rabbanu Shalom, why weren't you shamer me? Hashem Achi Anochi, you are the shamer of the world. Hashem Yishmarach. So what should a person do that he should go to Magoy Tzedek? He should be an halacha. He should be mispalo to the Rabbanu Shalom. Rabbanu Shalom, please be my shamer. Watch me, Rabbanu Shalom. I am a human being. I have my weaknesses. I have my feebleness. I have my sore spots. You please take care of me. See that I shouldn't do any avos. You are the shamer of the world. And that's what we do every morning. That's what Never Shem became the guy was saying. Should tell you later the sentence. That's about the end of what they say. Whether they are very beyond, whether they say, you're asking the Rabbanu Shalom, I'm at your disposal. You are my shamer. Please be my shamer. Rabbanu Shalom, be my babysitter. Take care of me. And if you, with a Muna Shalema, know that Rabbanu Shalom is the shamer, you won't be mazik. You won't do avos. Your property won't do avos. Your animals won't do avos, because you are giving yourself over. You're to the Rabbanu Shalom. You're surrendering all your kaiches to the Rabbanu Shalom. Please, Rabbanu Shalom, be in control. I know I can't control myself. You control me. I shouldn't come under the avos or the avos. So this is the parsha of nezikim, which is parsha's mishpatim, which ushers us into the season of Purim and Pesach, and starts off with parshat Shkar. Our bench Chodesh Adar this Shabbat. Well, we start off with Simcha, B'shnichnas Adar Ma'abel B'Simcha, and when you bench Chodesh, the Chodesh is already there. Every Shabbos, when we bench Chodesh, we have a guest shul. In our shul, there's a guest. In your shul, there's a guest. His shul, there's a guest. You know who comes? The Rosh Chodesh. He comes to be benched. Because whenever you say Zeh, it means you're pointing to something, right? Like Rashi says, the Chodesh is Elachem. So Rashi says that he showed them the Levana, Rebbe pointed to the Levana, in this week's Kriya of Shkolim, Zeh Yitzdu. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't know what they should give. So Rabbeinu Shem Heralai Matbeya Shalesh Zeh, Rebbe pointed. Yeah, so the Bible says that Moshe Rabbeinu showed the Yidden all the chayas. This is tummy and this is tummy. So if we say if this Shabbos is going to be Chav Zayin Shvat, and we're talking about Adar, how can we say Shet Chadash Sheveinu is a Chodesh Hazeh? It's not Adar yet. It's Shvat. That it says Adar comes to the shul and we bench him. He comes to take a bracha from us. Mevarach and a Chodesh. He benched the Chodesh. So we have to bench this Chodesh. It should be with stars in the Wisdom. It should be in Mishnechtes Adam B'Simcha and the stars of Shabbos. So there's a very special Shabbos. Shabbos Shkalim is connected to the Nekuda, the Yud of the Shem Havaya, and it ushers in the Meya Purim via Pesach, and it starts the war of Simcha. The Rebbe should know we should have a good Shabbos, a good Shabbos, a good Chodesh, and a good Mavdus.
For a share on the topic of the depths of the perfection of Mishpatim, given Tafshim and Pes, press 1. For a share on the topic of insight into the avos nezikim and the significance of their appearance in this parasha, given Tafshim Samach Vav, press 2.